Warning: this video will reference the past events of Mount Targon. I highly recommend watching or reading the lore of both Leona and Pantheon before you watch the rest of this video. Hello everyone and welcome! We have talked about the return of Pantheon and the story of Leona and the Ra-Horak. Today we will talk about the same story, but from Diana's perspective. It all started on the unforgiving eastern slopes of Mount Targon. Here, Diana's parents tried to find a shelter to hide from a storm. They traveled here from lands far away, drawn by dreams of a mountain that brought revelation. They did find the mountain, but instead of revelation, it brought death. That night, right under the moonlight, Diana was brought into this world with the last breath of her mother. Hunters from the nearby Solari temple found her the next day. She was laying wrapped in bearskin in the arms of her dead father. They brought her into the temple where she was named Diana. At the time, she had black hair and she was raised as one of the Solari. She learned the legends of the sun and trained every day with the Ra-Horak, the warrior templars of the Solari. The Solari elders taught that all life came from the sun, and that the light of the moon was false, offering nothing but lies. Yet, Diana found moonlight beautiful, unlike the harsh and blinding sun. Every night, she woke up from dreams of climbing Mount Targon, and in the middle of the night, she sneaked outside and watched the moon. Years went by, and she started questioning the elders' teachings. She was suspecting that there was more than they said, as if they were hiding something. Over the years, Diana felt isolated. She felt as if she distanced herself from the others with every day. Every night she watched the moon, she felt more like an outcast. She always wanted to climb the mountain the same way she did in her dreams, but she knew what the mountain does to those that are unworthy. One day, she was sweeping the temple's library as a punishment for arguing with one of the elders. While she was going through all the books, she found few half-burnt pages written in an ancient style. Diana took the pages and read them beneath the full moon the same night. What she learned showed her the path to her destiny. She learned about an extinct group known as the Lunari. Unlike the Solari, they believed that the moon was a source of life and balance. The Lunari spoke of an eternal cycle. Night and day, sun and moon, both essential for the universal harmony. This was a revelation to her, and as she looked in the moon's direction, she saw an elderly woman wrapped in a bearskin cloak, standing in the middle of a path that led to the mountain's peak. She saw Diana and called for help, saying that she had to reach the top of the mountain before morning. Diana wanted to help her, but she remembered what the Solari taught her. Only the worthy were able to reach the mountain's peak, and Diana had never felt worthy of anything. When the woman asked for help for the second time, Diana did not hesitate. She took the woman's arm, and together they started climbing to the top. Diana was amazed that someone so aged had even made it this far. They climbed for hours above the clouds, where the moon and stars glittered like diamonds. Despite her age, the woman kept climbing, urging Diana onwards whenever she stumbled. Eventually, Diana fell to her knees at the very peak of Mount Targon. She saw the brilliant illumination of a gold and silver city hovering in the air. She looked to her side to show the woman that they succeeded at their quest, but the woman was gone. Only the bearskin cloak rested on Diana's shoulder, suggesting that she even existed at all. The light coming down from the spectral city started drawing Diana even closer. And with each step Diana made toward the light, part of her felt alive again. It didn't take long and Diana fully stepped into the light. Power started surging through her as she screamed. The sensation was painful, but also full of joy. Her body was in union with something vast and inhuman. Soon, the light faded and Diana decided to go down the mountain. As she slowly descended, she found a cave in the side of the mountain. Cold and needing shelter for the night, Diana decided to hide inside. As she got deeper into the cave, she realized that what she had found was an ancient ruined temple. In the center of the main chamber, there was a crescent sword and a suit of silver armor unlike any other. She recognized the symbols etched into the plates. The same symbols were on the pages found in the library. She saw a reflection of herself in the blade, but in that reflection, her hair were the purest white and a rune shone on her forehead. At this moment, she knew that this was her destiny. Diana reached out and touched the armor. Her mind exploded with images of lives she had never lived, memories from the past that weren't her own. She saw scraps of ancient history and she learned secret knowledge. When the visions faded, Diana saw that she was now wearing the silver armor. Armored in both ancient knowledge and armor, Diana left the mountain and made her way back to the Solari temple. There she met Leona and she was immediately escorted to the Solari elders. They listened to her stories about the Lunari, but when she had finished her tale, they called her a heretic and demanded her execution. Diana didn't understand. She was telling them the truth that she saw with her own eyes, and yet they ignored her. But she had enough. Full of anger, she charged forward with silver orbs spinning around her. She started slashing her blade at the elders, each slash summoning a line of silver fire. When the rage faded, she realized what she had done. The elders were dead, and Leona was laying unconscious nearby. Her only option was to escape before everyone else also realized what happened. She ran into the wilds and looked for the moon to show her the way. One of the 1,000 ancient memories in her head started overlaying the real world in front of her. The withered, dead forest around was now green and full of life. She was at the same place, but at a different time. "Thank you," she whispered as she started following the spectral path that revealed before her. It led Diana through places she had never seen before. It went up the slopes and crossed mountain streams until it brought her to a rocky plateau. And in the middle, there was a circle of towering stones, each carved with the same rune that was on Diana's forehead. Diana moved to the middle of the circle and knelt down. Suddenly, the air changed in pressure, and 3 pale screeching beasts appeared out of nowhere. Without hesitation, they charged at Diana. The first beast died quickly. Diana slashed through its skull and into its shoulder. The beast turned into a pool of bubbling tar as it fell to the ground. The other 2 beasts turned purple. Diana slashed her blade at one of the beast's neck and shouted one of the Lunari's holy words. The blade ignited the beast and it blew apart from the inside. The last beast charged forward and Diana tried to dodge the attack. But she was too slow and the beast's jaw sunk deep into her shoulder. Diana screamed in pain and spun her sword, holding it like a dagger. She managed to ram it into the beast's chest. The beast freed her from its grip and turned the darkest black and venom purple. Its body started quickly regenerating. Meanwhile, Diana started channeling her powers. Clouds parted and silver light spread it around. Diana's blade drank in the radiance of distant moons, and light burned along its edge. She brought it down in an executioner's arc. The beast came apart in an explosive detonation of light. The creatures were gone, and the stones gleamed with silver radiance. Their healing power started spreading around the landscape into the very bone of the world. "This night's work is done," Diana said. "The way is sealed. But there is always another night's work." And that is where Diana's lore ends. I can't wait to get my hands on Aurelian. His lore got released during this recording, so right after I am done here, I'll start working on him. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, feel free to give it a like or give me feedback in the comment section. Again, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. So as always, thank you, come again. I haven't really seen his lore yet. As I said, Aurelian's lore got released during this recording. I really hope that Tariq's lore is going to be there as well. By the way, Tariq's lore got pretty much confirmed, because if you listen to Aurelian's quotes, he talks about Tariq as if he was an aspect. So I'm guessing he's going to be an aspect of Earth or something like that. You know, it would make sense. But other than that, I'll get right on Aurelian, so see you in that video.